Welcome back, Dallas. You're listening to Tuttle Talk here on the Real Estate Radio Network. Like I told you, we have a great guest for you today. Stacie Adams, she is, and I totally screwed this up earlier, but she is the Director for External Affairs for the Crow Collection of Asian Art.
That's right.
Boom.
Nailed it.
There are 3 art museums down in the Arts District. Did you know this?
I think everybody did.
I did not. I guess that's what makes it a district. I figured there were different types of arts, not necessarily 3 art museums. But Stacie is also a very active member in at the PTA for Withers Elementary, and I cannot wait to tell you why they're setting the bar for DISD schools. Actually, Britt Morris, who's here with us, who is the president of Halo Group Realty, introduced me to Stacie because you, Britt, are also very involved in that community and thought this would be a great opportunity to really promote something that's going really right with DISD schools.
Absolutely. We I know, some of the things that we do at our company, we focus on kind of training people in personal development as well as business stuff. And we focus on 8 areas of life. And one of those happens to be your body or your, physical attributes, not necessarily attributes, but
like mine.
Yeah.
Look at those
like guns. Yeah, exactly. And anyway, we found out that Withers was involved with this 5K, really training up the children and getting them into physical activity, which I know has been kind of a challenge in the States lately. And it's just something that we wanted to get behind, and then partnering, of course, with Remen Mortgage to be able to become sponsors for the event. So it's an exciting thing.
Yeah, I appreciate being involved in it. I think our values align on this a lot. And I know, hey, I'm just having my first kid. But I got to tell you, already the obesity rate and some of the stuff that happens in these schools is like, oh, no, I don't want them walking into that deal because we're going to tell them cookies. We're going to give them crackers and tell them they're cookies. We're just going to lie to them and say celery's candy. I mean, this is just what's going to happen, so I don't understand.
Responsible parenthood.
Hey, look, I haven't read that many books yet. But Stacie, although I could talk with you all day about what I just found out is awesome, that I can be a ninja if I go to the Crow.
We can talk about that later.
We will definitely talk about how I'm going to become
the
a ninja.
Class, yeah.
If you want to find out more about the ninja class, you got to talk to Stacie. You can call us 214-736-9696.
Oh, that's not fair.
Also, but what we are here to talk about today is Withers Elementary.
Yes.
And your involvement there. And this is very unique because, honestly, you're in a place where I found out it's nestled in right with all those private schools right near Preston Hollow. And I think people would say, oh, well, of course they're going to do well. They're right there with that money and this and that. But that's not actually the truth. Tell us a little bit about Withers.
Well, Withers is a very unique school in DISD. If you look at Withers, it's a wonderful testimony as to what a community can do when they come together and support their local school. Like you said, we are on North Haven Road. We're in North Dallas. We are on the edge of Preston Hollow. And you might look at that neighborhood and expect that it's a lot of wealthy families, but that's not necessarily true. In fact, if you look at the makeup of our school, the majority of the kids are on a reduced school lunch program. But something really incredible happened about 6 years ago at our school, in that a group of parents got together and said, why are we spending all of our money sending our kids to private school when we have a perfectly good school right here in our community? So they decided to start sending their kids back and take a chance on DISD and really focus in on our school, our principal, our administrator, and create something really special. And they've done that.
I think they definitely have, especially looking at the stats. And I read that in the Dallas Morning News, there's a quote that not only are you holding your own among all of these other schools that are right around you, but you're thriving in that school. And you are doing some really special things. One of those things is kind of your fight against obesity. So tell me what this what is it? Say no to cookie dough?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if the kids will want to hear that tagline, but as a PTA, we all try to get together and talk about different things that are affecting our children. And one thing that we all know is that, there's a real crunch on our kids to focus on academics, and we need them to focus on academics. But as a consequence of that, PE and physical education has been minimized to where they're only getting about 45 minutes at the max 3 days a week. And so because of that, they're really not getting the exercise and health education that maybe they need if you look at the obesity epidemic in our country. So as a PTA, we got together and said, what can we do? And we started looking at some of our programs, and our big fall fundraiser is a cookie dough sale. So we thought, what kind of message are we sending our kids? We know we make a lot of money with cookie dough.
Delicious, yummy.
They are. It is delicious.
And cookies just for me.
You know, you can definitely have cookies as part of a healthy lifestyle, but we thought this could be a great opportunity to get the responsibility for fitness out of the classroom and into the community. And so we developed the idea for the Withers Wildcat Prowl 5K, and it's September 28th. And really the idea is to get everyone involved. Not definitely the kids are running, the parents are running, but we want neighbors, we want people everywhere in the community to show that we care about kids and kids' fitness.
Okay, so first of all, now give me the website for where they can go to find out and to register for this event on September 28th. So mark
That's
that down.
right.
September 28th.
Mark it down. It's wildcatprowl5k.org.
No weird spellings of that?
Yeah, well, it's Wildcat Prowl, the number 5, the letter K.org.
Boom.
You can get all your information there. You can learn about the wonderful stories about our sweet little school, and also go ahead and register online.
I think exactly. And if it's only $25 for adults before September 22nd.
That's right.
And $10 for kiddos. And it's that for them, you can do that the day of the race too. They can register. But this is a morning deal. It's going to be a little cooler right then. If you want an excuse just to get out and run and get healthy, do it. If you want to give to a great cause, do it. I don't care why you do it. Just get out there and register and support this, because I tell you what, there's not a lot of other schools doing this nationwide, especially not in DISD, and they are really setting the standard here. And this is something you get behind. This is something, especially if you have kids, that you need to make the extra effort and get out there. It doesn't matter if it's in your district or not. It sets the example. And I tell you what, you do that, you pay attention and learn, this starts to set the trend, and you start to get to critical mass, and another school picks it up, and another school, and all of our kids, my soon-to-be one, first one, I don't have one yet, are going to be better off for it.
I might add that, you know, a bunch of other schools in DISD have actually kind of piggybacked on and are also participating, elementary schools in the area.
And I'll also add to that, you know, we're really encouraging the schools that are part of the WT White feeder pattern, which is our feeder pattern, to join in with us. In fact, we want them to be part of this so much that we are donating 50% of the registration back to the individual school, as long as they have at least 30 kids register.
Hello.
So it can be your fundraiser at your local school.
Oh, man, if you haven't had an idea for that, or you don't like what's going on with the cookie dough thing, or you do that, you want to do this too, 30 kids sign up, half of it goes back to your own school.
Absolutely.
That's an awesome idea. Hey, Britt, isn't your wife helping out somehow?
She is. And you know, I was actually kind of curious, you know, well, what kind of participation are the kids going to have for this? And so she volunteered to be one of the, I guess, coaches, almost to kind of coach the kids after school, because, you know, maybe they haven't run a 5K, or just to make sure they're sort of physically in shape to do it. And I think she's had morning and night sessions, 70 plus kids? I mean, she was
there was over 100 last week.
She was concerned about keeping up with them. I mean, she came home and had to make this whole worksheet to be able to deal with how many were there, because, you know, it's kind of overwhelmed him or whatever. And I know your husband had been coaching as well. But now he has strep throat in the middle of
conveniently in the middle
100 degrees.
Nice. That's what I would do. I'd be like,
I feel a cough coming on.
I want to get the kids sick.
Leaving it all on the table for the kids.
Yeah.
So how can companies get involved with this?
You know, absolutely. You can get involved. Go to wildcatprowl5k.org and you can download a sponsorship packet. We are absolutely looking for sponsors to be part of this special day with us. We already have great companies that are coming in, but definitely, you know, being part of the event is an opportunity. Actually, after the event, we have our big Withers Festival. So it's something our Dad's Club puts on every year. So we already have a built-in audience, because the festival is something we've been doing for many years. So we usually have at least 500 people come out for that. So as a sponsor, I mean, you absolutely are not only going to get the runners, but the many people that are coming just to have a good time.
Cool. Awesome.
So I think, Gabe, are you saying you want to be a sponsor?
Yeah, I just elected a fitness czar for Utility Concierge, so I'll get her tapped into this.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Excellent.
Making good connections all the way around. So speaking of donations and doing that, I wanted you to touch on one thing before we have to let you go here, and I really appreciate you coming by today.
Sure.
This is really important stuff, and it's a lot of fun. But, you know, you have raised, I think you said, over $90,000 under mostly what was under $100 donations. So that's really getting a lot of community involvement. And you are really getting a lot of great teachers at this school. And you're having you're just setting the trend in so many different ways. What are some of the things quickly that you attribute that to?
Thank you so much for asking that question. What you were talking about is we raised over $90,000 to remodel our library this year at our school. And, you look at a public school, we raised over $90,000, and we raised that money in increments of less than $100. So what that is, our kids can't do that alone. It is the community that made that happen. And so, when you're looking at your DISD school and maybe you're thinking, gosh, I don't know if I can trust it, what you need to do is focus in on the individual school, the individual teachers, the principals. I was surprised once I started looking at our school that both of my children's teachers have master's degrees. You maybe make some assumptions, but you really need to challenge yourself to get in there and investigate.
I totally agree with that. Thank you for bringing that up. So the message there is, how do you eat an elephant? Please don't, but how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That bite is your individual school. Focus on them, how you can help them grow. Little programs, inch by inch, right? Life is a cinch, yard by yard. It's very, very hard. So take the small chunk and the small step and do that today and get involved on September 28th.
Yes.
Come run with us. We'll all be there. You can meet Stacie. She's wonderful, and she'll tell you how to be a ninja as well. Bonus, total for
Definitely,
free.
Yes.
You may not be able to find her. Where is she? So, and you can get all the information at Wildcat Prowl 5K, the number 5.org. So go get the information there, register, and be a part of that with us. We hope to see you on September 28th. You can also go to facebook.com/Tuttle Talk. We'll have the links there in case you missed it. Stacie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to a great event with you. Coming up here on Tuttle Talk, we're going to talk to Britt Morris again, this time about the importance of a backup offer in this hot market. You shouldn't lose hope about a backup offer. There are actually some reasons why you should be even more excited to have that backup offer. And then we're going to get to our More Cool Tech with Brian Moore segment. All that next.